What's going on, everyone? Juicebags here, and welcome back to some Dungeon Defenders 2 on the Xbox One, and my first Chaos 7 middle-of-the-road build. Now, I'm switching back to some Squire Walls on this one. I do feel like I need the extra firepower, so I am going with Squire Blockades with that bad boy right there. And I've got all my Squire's Ascension basically just dumped right into wall health. That's all I've really been concerned about. I am going to take this opportunity to get a gun witch leveled up, and then I'm going to be building pretty heavily with my monk. So I'm going to have Sky Guards, Flame Auras, and Lightning Strike Auras. Using that on my Flame Auras, that bad boy on the Sky Guards, and then this medallion on the Lightning Strikes. Now, as you see, my shards are a little mixed up. It's because I don't have the legendary pieces yet with all of the stats. So I kind of have to go with what I have. And then using the standard Builder Ascension with a focus on Flame Auras for the Monk. So first thing I did in Utility was go right into Defense Crit Chance. And then going everything else into Flame Aura range. And in Defense, everything directly into Defense Speed. And then going into Flame Aura damage to minimize the loss from some of that range gambit. I'm not going to be DPSing on the Monk. We are going to be DPSing on the Eevee2, as I finally got Charged Shot. And that really is what I was looking for. So on the Eevee, I've got right into defense, or pardon me, hero crit chance. Then I went into run speed for that quality of life. Everything else, of course, going into hero crit damage. I am having a survivability issue because I just don't have any defense health on my gear, so I've been putting all of my offense points directly into the hero health. So let's go ahead and build it on out. My walls are still pretty flimsy, so making the switch to the Lavamancer, or from the Lavamancer, was a little bit difficult. However, the maps, I'm willing to take the risk because I'm getting the maps done a little bit quicker, having the more damage output. So going with the spike blockades for the lower DU cost. I guess I could have just built out each lane as I was going. I've done this enough times now where I do know the DU and how I want to lay it out, but just going to go kind of hero by the hero and get everything laid down with the slow build here. Now on this lane I'm going to go with 2 blockades. And I am going to stagger them. So I'm going to put one like up there. And then another about, let's go about right there. I just want to make sure there's not enough of a gap where any baddies could go running through. And you see, although there is a small gap, it's just slight. However, this is going to give me a little bit of protection against the Siege Roller, as the Siege Roller should start on one blockade first and then work over to the other. Now, as I mentioned, we're going to have some Sky Guards in the mix. So I'm going to go with a Sky Guard right about here. And then another Sky Guard up here. Now, this is going to be my weak lane right here. So it is going to be the lane that I'm going to primarily defend. And I'm putting the Sky Guard back here so it gives me a little bit of help with assassins. Plus, the flyers from this lane do go to that objective. So they will come down here and then turn over to that way as long as that objective is still standing. And then just kind of going to do a standard issue, spam up the Flame Auras. I'm going to just go with 3 Flame Auras, and let's just go let's just go ahead and go 2 Lightning Strikes. Just to make sure we've got enough there for something. However, that is definitely going to be the weakest lane. And then we're going to go Flame Auras just right on up the way here. And then, of course, over to the spawn. Going to go as close as we can to the spawn here. And let's go ahead and throw 2 Lightning Strikes here as well. In fact, let's get that one up top there to get just the maximum coverage. So that's going to leave me 360 DU left, which is quite a few Flame Auras. And I'm going to just put down basically as many as I can on these last 2 lanes, as they can be the sketchy lanes, no doubt. And then let's go with 2 Lightning Strikes as well. And then with 200 DU left, I can actually just pack everything I can into this lane, as this lane is one of the harder lanes, and I am going to do it relatively unprotected. So I'm going to make sure to get the lane loaded up with defenses, that way I can ignore it as long as possible. Let's see, can we get one here? Yeah, right about there will work. And then have 80 left. So let's go with 3 lightning strikes here, just to get this lane all jammed up. And then we'll put one more in down here, just to kind of close the deal on making these the two most loaded up lanes. Now, I've got 100 DU left, or 100 green mana left, so I'm going to go ahead and throw that directly into the Sky Guards. And then get ready to get this thing rolling here. Hopefully, this weapon that I'm using on the Eevee is way, way less than ideal. It's just the best thing I've found so far. So I would love to get either a McManus or a McDougars. I would be more than happy to use either of them, even if they were green, to be honest with you, as long as they had a decent hero damage stat on them. Just because it really is very dependent on the shop type for the Eevee. So I'm not getting anywhere near as much damage as I could out of her using this weapon. But of course, by using her, I'm increasing the chance for an Eevee weapon drop as far as any weapons that do fall. Just about there. Now, when you're at that middle of the road state like this, you kind of have to make a life choice on your upgrades and what you're going to do with them. Do you upgrade your walls and give yourself a little more security, or do you upgrade your defenses and try to put a little more damage on things to kill them before they get to your walls? And that's really a choice that you'll have to make, since my walls are kind of on the flimsy side. I debated on going right into walls first, and in fact I think I just should. So I'm going to get one more upgrade on each wall and one more upgrade on each of these Sky Guards to start Wave 2. Now that is going to leave me some mana left over for a few ups, and I am going to put it into the Flame Auras right here. Now let's go with the Flame Auras up front. Let's try to get things killed before they make it too far down. And then with 300 left, got a little more lane on the ground. Let's go with 2 of these Flame Auras as well. And then that will leave me some upgrades for this lane. Par for the course. Got to take a quick swim before I go on to Wave 2 here. I can't say it's because of the controller, because I do that all day on the PC as well. So it's just me. Let's go ahead and get Wave 2 started. Once again, going to protect this lane. I don't have any assassins to worry about yet, but as I mentioned, the Sky Guard is going to help me out a little bit with that. And I'm taking the lazy route to assassins. I'm not actively being overly concerned about them. I'm just going to kind of let the defenses kill them. There's no penalty for me dying, so it doesn't really bother me too much if there's a few assassin-related deaths in the mix. So I'm just going to do what I can to wreck it up here and hope for the best. Now, I didn't look to see which boss was coming, which is a definite mistake. You get, once you get used to doing these Chaos 7 runs in full gear, trying to maximize, you find yourself getting a little lazy with that kind of stuff. And of course, it's a siege roller as well. So as soon as I get these lady orcs out of the picture, I'm going to have to do something about that guy. Let's get just a quick heal in the mix real quick. Ooh, my heal was negated. So what I want to do here is get repairs on the walls. I'm going to die because my health is too low. One siege roller shot and it's over. So I do have to be very, very careful of that, and since I don't have the correct weapon yet for my Eevee, you guys know I love the Eevee, so I just have to play her anyway. Since I have the charged shot, that is really my requirement. So we got a little unnecessarily ugliness there, You see the wall blockade strategy did indeed pay off, though, as the roller is now moving on to wall number 2, and we'll be able to take it out this time around. There we go. So we do have a wall to replace there, but it's better to replace a wall than have to try to replace an objective. So that's why I kind of like to do that. I know quite a few people do that. Do some wall scattering on any lanes that require more than one wall. So let's do the same thing again. We'll just put it up front. I do want to throw a couple of upgrades. Let's get all those walls up to tier 3. And then, let's do the same thing down here. Let's get this wall to tier 3. And then let's get a little bit more upfront damage going right here. So let's go into the lightning strikes this time. And I'll at least get all the other flame auras up to tier 2. 230 left. I do want to save enough for a little something over on the side I'm defending this time. However, going to do the same thing essentially. Just get a little bit more upfront damage. And then make sure that everything is at tier 2. Alright, looking good. Does that wall need a repair? Not quite yet. So I've got 47 plus what's on the ground. So that will at least allow me to get one upgrade. I'm going to put it on that flame aura right there. And then we'll get wave 3 rolling here. Now, of course, wave 3, the assassins are coming. So this is when the real ugliness begins, as I'm not quite geared enough where these are very pretty runs with the heroes I have. However, I'm also using this opportunity to level heroes and pets. So I've got that Gunwitch in the deck right now, and she'll be level 50 by the end of this run. And it'll take quite a few runs to get this pet up. However, this is an earth damaged pet, and this eventually will be my nuke monk pet once I get it leveled up. It still doesn't even have an ability unlocked yet. So got a ways to go from that. I've put pretty much all the runs into my Dragolich up to this point. And Drago is not level 60 yet, but, you know, he's making some progress. So we got an Ogre, and we got Quibs. This one won't be quite as bad as the last. Of course, the Assassins always pick the worst possible time to show up and say hello. One more assassin-related death. I can live with it. It happens. Now I've got one assassin in Quibbly is all that's left. So, let me take a peek. Yeah, let me get a repair on that wall. And then we'll just try to put some damage into Quibs here. This weapon is just awful. I hope I find another one pretty quick. Alright, so didn't lose anything that wave, so that's good. Let's see, let's get everything here up to tier 2. And then let's go one more up on that Skyguard, as that really is going to be dishing out the pain to those assassins once they leave me. Of course, the assassins, when they're attached to you, they're a ground target. However, when they leave you, they become a flying target, so then the Skyguards will put their work in. So as long as you can survive the initial assassin assault, which I don't have anywhere near enough health to be attempting to do, then the Skyguards will do their business and take care of it for you. Let's make sure these walls are good. Not enough for any upgrades, but enough to get a little love into that wall anyway. And then, you know what, let's get another upgrade over here as well before we get started. Now, wave 4, only 2 more waves left to go. However, now it'll start to intensify, but I do have enough upgrades in. Everything on the map essentially is up to at least tier 2, so that's going to help out some. And although my DPS is kind of pathetic, it's still adding a little something. It'd be in my best interest right now to DPS on the monk, as the monk has the best set of gear. And of course, a Chi Blast ability power monk doesn't require any particular shot type to be effective. where a hero damage Eevee really does. Tuskar and Quibbly here. Let's get a little decoy going there for those guys. And of course, right as I get airborne, the assassins come. Tricky little devils. I did survive the assassin assault. The first one. Looks like I'm going to die to the second one though. But I did get enough damage in on Tuskar where he's down. And just have the one assassin left. The heavy defense lane on the other side took care of the other boss, which is nice. One of the things that saved me there, I know it's hard to see it actually going on screen because of the graphic that it gives you when the assassin gets on you, but the Sky Guards really do save the day with those guys. They make life really, really easy. Now, of course, you can always take the not-so-lazy route and go with some stun on your walls, training dummy stun, geyser traps, anything else for the auto removal. I personally am taking the lazy route because, like I mentioned earlier, there's no penalty for dying. So as long as I don't lose the map over it, I'm good with it. And then let's see, 299 left. Let's get one more wall upgrade there just to make sure it's good and stout. And then I think I'll dump everything for this one into this lane. Now, I do want to be conscious. I guess I didn't have everything to tier 2 yet. There were still some stragglers. I do want to be conscious of the bosses that are coming. So we've got a roller here. And looks like no zapper. No roller or zapper there. No zapper there either. Can't see the boss. Let's see. One more quick trip to the pool here. Alright, no roller there either. And I didn't check for a zapper down here, did I? And it looks like no zapper, so the zapper, of course, is not a guarantee to show up on every map. However, he is showing up pretty regularly these days. So anyway, I'm just going to save that last 86 for repairs and just get it rolling here. This wall could use a little quick love. And I think this wall too. Or nah, that wall looks decent. Let's not run directly at the objective here with the assassin on me. Not that it matters anymore as much anyway with the change to objective health. But it's still never a good idea to run too close to your objectives or any towers that you have with an assassin on top of you. Let's get that little bit of a wall repair. He came off of me pretty quick that time. A lot of times you'll find that you can kind of dodge the assassin too. When they're first starting to pop on you, if you're running or moving a lot, sometimes they will miss and then be airborne there for your Sky Guards to get the job done. We got a Malthius this time. Gonna die here, but at least want to get a couple shots in on all Malthius first. And Malthius decided to come park in my auras, which was pretty kind of him. Thank you very much. And then, of course, we've got the Siege Roller, and that's the last mob, and this is the last wave. So I could really care less about that sub-objective now, other than getting the extra XP. Yeah, however, at this point I might as well go for the XP bonus. So I'm going to try to just stay on the move a little bit. And we'll get this assassin, or get this Siege Roller burned down. And with some wall repairs in the mix, pretty much makes a good game. So let's see what kind of hotness we got here. Oh, there we go. My newest best piece. And my newest second best piece. So that's pretty awesome. Unfortunately, no legendaries. No legendary chest either. Let's take a peek. Let's take a peek up here. See what this is. And not spectacular there. Not as good as the other ones. And no McManus quite yet. Anyway, that will do it for now. Thank you very much for watching. Hopefully this helps everyone out that's just getting into Chaos 7, as this is really where the real grind begins, where at this point you either absolutely love the game and you want to get the absolute best set of gear, or you love the game enough to make it this far and you've beat it, one of the two. I'm in the latter, or I'm in the former, where I'm ready to get myself the best set of gear I can get on the Xbox. So this really is where the real grind begins for me. So thanks again. I'll see you next time. Take it easy.